Alexia Zurovitz, and I'm here to inform you about why the preamble is so important to the United States that we have today. Why is the preamble so important to every person in the United States? That's a really good question to ask because not many people realize how important and impactful the preamble is to our United States that we know and love. I've been researching and reading lots of things, lots of documents, everything for the past 2 weeks to try and figure out what I'm going to tell you guys today, but I think I finally figured it out why the preamble is really so important. So my first main point is going to just telling you about what the preamble is and how it got started. The preamble was made in the summer of 1787 by Gouverneur Morris, who drafted most of the Constitution, which the Constitution is actually extremely important to our United States. The Constitution isn't laws, but it's upon the most important laws that we know and love today. The Constitution says how the government, including all branches, shall be set up, which includes everything, and it really just shows how the United States needs to be ran, which we're doing a great job of doing today. Voting is one of the most important things that we know how to do in our country. I mean, we vote for everything. Who should be our president? All of that stuff we vote for all the time because people would be getting into fights. We might have another civil war if we didn't have voting. And the Constitution states how every individual, no matter the color, no matter anything, over the age of 18 is allowed to vote. And I think that that's pretty important to our country. Freedom. Without freedom, we would live in a world where everything is the same. There would be no diversity and everyone would live the same exact life and we would be like slaves pretty much. The Constitution tells us about our freedoms of speech, religion, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, which is a very famous thing that everyone says and knows. The preamble makes a promise to you that the United States will provide for each and every person life, liberty, justice, and rights. And they promise to fight for those things, and they do. Men and women fight for those things every single day, and we don't even know it. The definition of liberty is the state of being free within society from oppressive restrictions imposed by authority on one's way of life, behavior, or political views, which I think the United States is doing a great job of pursuing that. The preamble has a lot of bigger words that can be really hard to comprehend for people that might not have a big vocabulary like myself. I do not. It's really hard for me to understand some things, so I've researched them all up. The preamble starts off with the words, "we the people," which explains who the Constitution is being wrote to. We, us, that's all of us as the people of the United States, anyone who is a citizen of the United States. The next part, in order to form a more perfect union, meaning a complete, full country that is held together as one. That's a perfect union. Establish justice and ensure domestic tranquility. The words domestic and tranquility might be kind of hard to understand, which they were for me at first, but if you really break them down, domestic definition is concerning the inner affairs of a nation, and tranquility really just means to establish justice and ensure inner peace. Provide for the common defense, or in better words, make sure we have defense against attacks. Making an army, making a good army that can fight off other countries that might want to attack the United States. Promote the general welfare is saying provide for all classes, no matter if you're the lowest of low class or the highest of high class, they're going to provide for us. Secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our prosperity. In better words, it's saying preservation of each and every citizen's rights. Prosperity means for the generations to come. So this is saying for me and for my generations to come. And last but not least, do ordain this Constitution for the United States of America, which is just referring again to who the Constitution was written for. Us, the United States of America. After all, the preamble is very important to the growth of our country. We would not be where we are today without it. We would not have the United States we know and love if it wasn't for the preamble. The next time you are thinking about your freedom as a United States citizen, which we all take for granted,